Hi guys, for today's video I'm going to be talking about the Morphe brushes and Kathleen Lights collab palette that just launched recently. This palette is so awesome. I know I had to make a video about it, especially when Kathleen and Morphe announced that they will be restocking one more time before the holidays, which I think is absolutely awesome because this palette is so sought after and so wanted. It sold out in like 2 days, super duper fast, so I'm really happy that they're bringing it back so more of you guys can get your hands on it. So in this video I'm going to be telling you guys my thoughts about the palette, doing like individual swatches of the shadows, explaining what shadows are in here, and also at the end inserting a demo of me actually applying some shadows. So I figured this would be super helpful if you already have the palette and just want to know more. So I hope you guys enjoy seeing my video all about the Kathleen Lights palette, and without further ado I'm just going to jump right into the review. So first I'm going to be going over some basics. I have the Morphe website pulled up on my phone here. I can't find the actual palette on the website. I didn't think that they would completely remove it, but I do have some information on it. So the palette did retail for $14.99, which I think is so affordable, super great price, especially for the quality of Morphe shadows. I've said it before and I've said it again, the quality and the amount of shadows you get from Morphe for the price is absolutely amazing. All of their 35 palettes are amazing, but even all these little limited edition palettes, they are just the same exact quality. They are amazing and they always have such reasonable prices for like the quality and quantity of eyeshadows that you're getting. And I really love how they honored their inexpensive price point with this collab and not kind of try to like bump up the price or anything just because it was a Kathleen Lights palette. Do you know what I mean? One thing I did want to touch on in this video is the Morphe shipping. I know this palette isn't expensive. It is $14.99, but you're probably going to have to pay $10 or more for shipping. I do live inside the United States. I live in New York and I think I paid like $10.95 or something for shipping, but my palette came in perfect condition. It was in such a nice box that said fragile in giant letters. It had awesome like giant bubble wrap around it as well. There's bubble wrap in this box itself, which I will get into. So you're paying a lot for this shipping, but your palette will be intact and it'll be definitely fine during the ship. So I know the shipping's a little expensive, but it is definitely for a reason and I think it's so worth it. So now that I cover like the price and the shipping, I want to talk a little bit about the packaging. I'm just going to be zooming you guys in and showing you guys what the back and the front of the box looks like. Alright, I know this is kind of like an awkward angle, but I am right in front of a window, so this is the best way that I could show you without getting a glare. I really love this box. I think it is so like sleek but simple, but it like screams Kathleen at the same time. It's the standard black Morphe box obviously, but then you're getting Kathleen Lights palette, and then it also has these stunning hanging lanterns, and I just think the lanterns add such like a nice personal touch obviously for Kathleen Lights, but I love like the type of lights that they chose. I just think they're super simple, super classy, and just give a different touch to the packaging. And then moving on to the back is the same standard black. You're getting a picture of Kathleen and then a message. So that is like everything on the back of the box, but I know you guys are like, Jackie, shut up, just get to the actual palette. I want to see the inside of the palette. So when you pull the actual palette out of the box, again, it comes with more bubble wrap like I was saying. Plus, who doesn't love playing with bubble wrap and like popping it and stuff for like an hour after you're done unboxing your makeup? Because I know I totally do that. On the front of the palette itself, it says Morphe x Kathleen Lights in this like stunning red like foiled writing. And then like I mentioned, this is a cardboard palette, which I love. It's just that super nice sleek feeling matte black, and it does magnet close. As you guys can see, it's just one of these palettes that goes like this when you close it, which I really tend to prefer. I just like the feel of these palettes better than a hard plastic or like a tin. So just so you guys can get an idea of the size, this is a standard Morphe palette and this is the Kathleen Lights palette right here. So this is what the inside of the palette looks like. I think it is so stunning. You are getting 15 eyeshadows in here, and you're just getting such a beautiful and unique range of colors. When I heard Kathleen Lights is coming out with a palette, I was like, they're all gonna be warm browns. And there are some warm browns in here, but I just love how there's a little bit of everything and even some super unique shades. Here's what the palette looks like up close. Like I said, you get some mauve tones, the warm browns, these super unique greens, some cool tone shades, your light shades. I just can really appreciate the variety of tones and finishes in this palette. I just think it is so unique and definitely the most unique and different palette I've picked up in a long time. So I am going to be going row by row and swatching each shade for you guys so you guys can really get a feel for what is inside this palette. So here is the first row of shadows for you guys. The first one here is like the metallic shimmery shade for your inner corners, all over your lid, under your brow bone. It's just a really pretty like white with a soft gold undertone. The next one is just like that classic matte bone shade that you can just use to highlight underneath your brow, set your primer, whatever. You have your standard warm brown crease shade, which I absolutely love, and you guys will see me use these in the demo demo as well. It's just super warm. This one blends like a dream. In the pan, it does look like it has some gold flecks in it, but they don't translate onto the eye or in the swatch at all. One of my favorites in this palette is definitely this beautiful gold shade. This is what I have all over my lids now. You will see it in the demo. It's just such a unique gold. It's not too yellow, but it's not so antique. And in a way, I feel like it does have like a slight rose gold undertone. And lastly, for this row, you're getting a super rich, warm, chocolatey brown with some sheen to it. If you are a cool tone lover, you are definitely going to love this row. In this row, you have a super nice mid-tone gray. You have this almost like a taupey, purpley, mauve, shimmery shade. It is super unique, but definitely more on the cool tone side. In this row, you also get this super stunning bronzy shade, a mauve transition, and a deep cranberry. This one and these two are matte, and then these two are metallic shimmer shades. And the final row of the palette has so many interesting, stunning shades. These two greens are probably the most pigmented in the palette. It's like a deep forest green and a really, really fun, bright, kind of bluey green. This is also another one of my favorites. It's just like that typical matte, warm, bricky brown. This one is stunning. It's kind of like one of those baby puke colors that everyone is going crazy about nowadays. And lastly, you have your black. I do like the black. It's okay. It's not the best black that I've tried. I feel like it's a little dry and a little patchy, and even like to the touch in the pan, it tends to feel a little dry. All right, now I'm going to be jumping into the demo part of this video so you guys can see how this palette works. I'm not really going to be doing anything crazy on my eyes. I'm just going to be sticking with kind of like the warms, what I usually do on a daily basis, just so you guys can see really how these shadows perform and how they blend and how they look on the eyes. For my transition shade, I went in with that beautiful warm brown from the top row. This blended so beautifully in my crease. I was really, really impressed with this shade. Definitely one of my new favorite transitions. Then to add some definition, I went in with that khaki brown shade on my outer corner and up into my crease. And to make things even more warm and a little more deep, I went in with that brick red brown. For my brow bone highlight, I went in with the matte bone shade in the palette, and then I applied the beautiful gold all over my lid. And to finish off the look, highlighted my inner corner with the lightest shimmer shade. So as you guys can see from the demo, I was so blown away with how these applied. I have played around with the shadows a few times and I'm just so impressed every time. I absolutely love how they blend. They really, really blend themselves. I really felt like the pressure on my blending brush was just so light and they were still fading out so beautifully. Overall, I just think the application of this palette is such a dream and it is definitely worth it. So if you are looking to get this palette when it restocks, yes, I highly recommend it. I just think Morphe killed it. Everything about this palette is absolutely stunning and perfect to me. There's really, really nothing bad about it except the black is a little dry, but I'm sure you have a black somewhere in your collection that you can use instead of that one. And let's not forget the awesome price point. It's Morphe, like I've said 100 times. Definitely take advantage of discount codes. I will leave some down below for you guys. I think they are all 10% off of Morphe purchases. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing my review, swatches, and demo on the Morphe and Kathleen Lights palette. I really hope it was helpful. Overall, it gets a huge thumbs up from me. I really love this palette and I think it is so worth it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Definitely check out my social medias if you haven't already. I will have my Instagram and my Twitter on the screen as well as down below, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!